Gil Evans was a North American jazz pianist, arranger, composer, and bandleader. He was initially Canadian, but he transferred his citizenship south to New York. He had an active career from 1933 to 1988 when he died, aged 75. He worked heavily with Miles Davis for many years, including arranging Porgy and Bess for him. He released albums of Brazilian collaborations, arrangements of Jimi Hendrix music, collaborated with Sting, Jaco Pastorius, the Saturday Night Live Band, and many more, and often crossed over between jazz, classical, and rock. He also did the soundtrack for a film called Absolute Beginners, which involved working with David Bowie, Style Council, Patsy Kensit, and Sade. He also did the music for the film The Colour of Money. Hi, my name's Dan. So this is an album of music that's been written by various people and arranged by Gil Evans, and is an instrumental album. Um, there are two versions of this album, apparently, at least definitely. So the original LP that was released was 30 odd minutes long. The CD that was released was 60 odd minutes long. Normally, when these sort of things happen, I tend to default to listening to the first version, or if there's another one that is more thought of as the definitive version, I'll go for that. In this case, I accidentally listened to the CD version first before I realised that it wasn't the original, so I listened the second time through to the shorter version, which is tracks 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the CD version. Acclaimed Music describes this as big band. Wikipedia is more conservative and describes it as jazz, which is a very broad category. Um, I guess big band kind of fits because it literally is quite a big band. There are 37 musicians listed. I don't know if they're all playing at once. But it doesn't feel like what I think of as big band jazz. So some of it feels more classical than jazz. It uses unusual brass like other instruments like French horns, so that's brass, flute, that's not brass, and harp, very definitely not brass. Um, like a lot of larger band stuff in jazz, it is more scripted than improvised. Um, so yeah, but it's too it feels too classical to actually feel like big band jazz. It's not devoid of tuny bits. There are bits that are tuny, but there are bits that where it's harmonically quite avant-garde and experimental, and it's quite often discordant at times. It can get quite menacing. Um, so I was aware. My knowledge of jazz isn't huge. I have become aware of a type of jazz called third stream, and I thought third stream was a description of when you get a hybrid between classical and jazz. Um, I looked this up. I think possibly the reason why this is not listed as third stream, and I haven't seen that phrase anywhere in connection with this album, is that third stream is more about improvisation, and this is more about scripted music. Um, what else can I describe? It's quite light on rhythm. When there is rhythm, it's kind of in with the drums, and often that's using brushes on the drums, which makes it feel more jazz. The rhythmic stuff is kind of it's the strongest. This is jazz kind of indicator. Do I like it? That's a good question. It's unusual, certainly. Some listeners will find the discordant nature of it off-putting. And that's entirely up to you. And by no means am I. I try not to be the kind of person who goes, "Oh, this is discordant, so therefore this must be good." And if you don't like it, then you are uncultured. I, I don't take that view. I think that if you like discordant, you like discordant. If you don't, you don't. So that's fine. Uh, However, I don't know about me really how much I like this. In the right mood, I might really enjoy it, but it might be a bit of an odd mood. Mostly, I really just I don't know. I'm somewhat undecided. It's unlike me, I know. There are moments that I enjoyed. Most of the time, I just didn't. I felt like yeah, it's okay, it's interesting, but I don't really have a strong opinion about it. So that's where we've got to. That's my thoughts on this album. I'd love to know what yours are, what you think of it. Do you like it? Do you like these discords? Do you hear things in here that I don't? Is your understanding better than mine? That wouldn't be difficult. Please do share what you think by leaving me a comment, and that's it from me for now.